You understand every word. You follow the conversation. You read the subtitles before they even appear. You watch English movies, English videos, English podcasts, and you get it. You actually get it. But then, someone speaks to you in English, and your mind goes completely blank. The words are there, somewhere. You know they are, but they don't come out. Your mouth opens. Nothing happens. And in that one silent second, you feel it. That feeling. The one that's hard to describe but impossible to forget. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this happens. And it's not because your English is bad. It's something much more interesting than that. I want you to imagine something. Imagine you've been watching swimming videos for 1 year. Every day, you watch people swim. You study their arms. You notice how they breathe. You understand the technique perfectly. Now, someone throws you into a pool. Can you swim? Probably not well. Maybe not at all. And here's the thing. That's not your fault. That's not a failure. That's just how the brain works. Watching swimming and swimming are two completely different skills. Two different parts of the brain. Two different kinds of practice. English is exactly the same. Listening to English and speaking English are not the same skill. They never were. And nobody told you that. Not your teacher. Not your textbook. Not the app on your phone. Think about all the years you spent studying English. Grammar tables, vocabulary lists, reading exercises, listening tests. All of that was input. You were receiving English, taking it in, storing it somewhere deep in your brain. But speaking? Speaking is output. It's a completely different direction. It's your brain trying to find words, build a sentence, check the grammar, think about pronunciation, all at the same time, while another person is standing right in front of you, waiting. No wonder you freeze. Have you ever felt that? That moment where your brain just stops, like a computer trying to run too many programs at once? That's not a language problem. That's a processing problem. And there's a difference. Here's something I find really fascinating. Studies on language learning show that your passive vocabulary, the words you understand when you hear or read them, is almost always much larger than your active vocabulary. The words you can actually use when you speak. In simple words, you know more English than you can say. Read that again. You know more English than you can say. That means the English is already inside you. It's already there. The problem isn't that you don't have the words. The problem is that you haven't practiced pulling them out fast enough, under pressure, in real time. And that changes everything. Because if the English is already inside you, then you don't need to study more. You need to practice differently. So let me ask you something. And I want you to actually think about this. When was the last time you practiced speaking English? Not listening, not reading, not watching. Actually speaking out loud. For most people, the honest answer is not recently. Or maybe never, outside of a classroom. And that's okay. That's where most learners are. But it explains everything. Your listening muscle is strong. It's been training for years. But your speaking muscle? It's been sleeping. And a sleeping muscle needs to wake up slowly, with the right movements. That's what we're going to do right now. I want to teach you 5 phrases. But not like a lesson, like a conversation. These are 5 phrases that native speakers use every single day. In real situations, real pressure, real conversations. And they all do one very important thing. They buy you time. Because here's a secret that most English learners don't know. Native speakers also pause. Native speakers also search for words sometimes. They also think before they talk. They just have phrases to fill that space. Comfortable phrases. Natural phrases. Phrases that sound confident even when you're still thinking. And now, you're going to have them too. The first phrase is this. That's a good question. Say it with me. That's a good question. Simple. Clean. 4 words. And when you say it, something beautiful happens. The other person feels good. They feel heard. And you? You just bought yourself 3 or 4 seconds to actually think about your answer. That's a good question. Use it. Mean it. It works every single time. The second phrase is one of my personal favorites. Let me think about that for a second. This phrase is honest. It's real. And it's completely normal in English. Native speakers say this all the time. It doesn't make you sound unsure. It makes you sound thoughtful. Like someone who takes words seriously. Let me think about that for a second. Try saying it out loud right now. Seriously. Pause the video if you need to. Say it to yourself. Feel how natural it sounds. If you're still watching, I want to say something. The fact that you're here, listening to this, trying to understand why speaking feels so hard, that already puts you ahead of most learners. Most people just feel frustrated and stop. You kept going. That matters more than you know. And actually, if this video is helping you, this is a good moment to subscribe. Not because I need the number, but because you clearly want to get better at English. And I make videos like this every week. Slow, calm, real, exactly for people like you. Okay, back to the phrases. The third phrase is short. Almost too short. But it's powerful. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Native speakers use this phrase after almost every idea. It's a way of checking, are you following me? Do we understand each other? But for you, as a learner, it does something extra. It gives you a natural pause. It invites the other person to respond. And if they nod or say yes, great. If they look confused, great too. Because now you can try again with different words. You know what I mean? Is not a question. It's a connection. The fourth phrase is one that took me a long time to appreciate. What I'm trying to say is, this one is a lifesaver. When your sentence goes wrong, when you start speaking and suddenly lose the direction, this phrase lets you stop, reset, and try again. Cleanly, naturally, without embarrassment. What I'm trying to say is, I didn't have the right words before, but now I do. See? Even that sentence works. The phrase is honest. And in English, honesty sounds confident. And the fifth phrase, the one I saved for last because it might be the most useful of all. Sorry, can you say that again? I want to make sure I understand. Sorry, can you say that again? I want to make sure I understand. This phrase does something beautiful. It tells the other person, I'm taking this seriously. I care about understanding you. That's not weakness. In any language, in any culture, that is respect. And when they repeat themselves, you get a second chance to understand, a second chance to respond, a second chance to feel calm. Sorry, can you say that again? I want to make sure I understand. Write that down. Put it in your phone. Say it tomorrow. Now here's something I want you to sit with for a moment. You started this video feeling something. Maybe frustration. Maybe that familiar pain of understanding everything but saying nothing. Maybe a quiet hope that someone would finally explain it in a way that made sense. And here's what I want to tell you. The gap between understanding and speaking is real. It's not in your head. It's not because you're bad at languages. It's not because English is too hard for you. It's because nobody ever taught you that listening and speaking are two different skills that need two different kinds of practice. And now, you know. So what do you do tomorrow? You practice output, not input. You speak. Even alone. Even quietly. Even if it sounds wrong. You use the 5 phrases. You let them become natural. You say that's a good question, and let me think about that, and what I'm trying to say is, until they feel like your own words. Because after enough practice, they will be. The English is already inside you. I promised you that at the beginning, and I meant it. You just need to open the door. Tell me something in the comments. Just one thing. Which of these 5 phrases are you going to try first? Write it below. Even if it's just the phrase itself, no explanation needed. Just write it. That's your first step. If you want more videos like this, slow, real, made for people who are serious about feeling comfortable in English, then subscribe. I'll be here every week. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.